today's Captain's Blog. It is Wednesday, April 10th at 12:47 hours. We've got a little viewer mail to start our day before we jump into flooring. First one is from David Shiplow. I have no idea what this one is. Hugh Tass has been sleeping lately. No packages in from him today. Read me. Okay. Hi Chris and other Geek Group members. Due to a lengthy back order, I couldn't get the first item in this package to you by March 14th, thus ruining an amazing pun. As a consolation, also included is an XFS Radeon 6450 graphics card. I bought it to use in my media center, but only the PCB was low profile. It wouldn't fit in my media center's case due to the height of the heatsink. It's intended for video decoding and light gaming, so hopefully you can find a decent use for it at the lab, if only to take advantage of the video output. To keep building awesome, David Shiplow in Brampton, Ontario, Canada. What's Brampton? Is that like a neighborhood? I thought Ontario was like, I don't know. It must be like Brooklyn or something. What? I think this is a Raspberry Pi. I've never seen one in real life. Yes, look at that. It's a red, that makes sense for Pi Day. Okay. Oh, that's cool. That's gonna be a whole thing. I've been wanting to do some stuff with the Raspberry Pi. Thank you, sir. Yeah, we have a Raspberry Pi. From David Shiplow. It's a Raspberry Pi. You can't eat it. It's not that kind of pie. And a video card. So, cool. That's quite lovely. Oh, Moose, here, we have drugs for you. Woo! Just random drugs in the mail. Now, this package is addressed to the Geek Group video, but it's addressed to Carl Ellefson.
To who?
Carl Ellefson. I think he's a member, isn't he?
The name is familiar.
The name's familiar. It's from Kerry Mahalka. So, my guess is he ordered something on the internet.
I think I know what it is, but I'm not going to say.
I think you know what it is. Okay. Quality packing job. Some weird looking.
I think this is a biodegradable one.
You can eat them now. Jabroni, you should eat all this and see if it's biodegradable. If you poop a pop bottle, you'll know. What in the... It's heavy. It's heavy and looks very ruggedized. And it's blue. I like blue.
It's for Master Control, right?
It is for Master Control. It's a video hum eliminator. This is... Everything should be built like this. Todd?
Yes?
You need this.
I do need that.
So Carl filled out a contact form.
Yeah, I know!
Drop that off a
Todd,
truck.
Carl filled out a contact form and he said, I was watching the videos and the hum was bothering me like crazy. And I thought I could complain to you about it or I could buy it and send it to you.
Oh,
See, this is way better, because usually Todd would just piss and moan about it, but see, somebody out there who actually understands how things are done sent in a break.
Oh, piss off.
And what are you doing here? You were here until like the small hours, and you're here. Are you here
Briefly.
for floor?
No.
What are you here for?
I'm here for...
To install video hum eliminator?
I'm here for 10 minutes to fix the stream and then...
Can you get us on?
Probably.
All you have to do is switch to what?
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 Okay. Come over here with the microphone.
Solid.
What?
You're not helping your case that you're not a robot.
Christ, man! It's one thing to be rock hard, but just...
That's bone.
A lot of people don't know this, but Jabroni actually is a robot, and he was made entirely through the xiphoid process. Only anatomy geeks get the joke, but...
I'm not an anatomy geek, and I get that
You
joke.
get the joke? Okay. We have a box here. This
It's
is
super exciting.
Can I open this?
Yes.
This is a moose box, though.
Gildan sounds
You'll
like
know
a
what it
talking
is as soon
character.
as you open it.
It's a shirt.
Yeah.
Why am I excited about a shirt?
Because it should be a dozen blank
It's a
polo
whole lot of
shirts.
shirts. Moose, this isn't a shirt. This is a flag.
That's the 2X. There's a medium
We could
in
use
the
it as a
box.
flag,
It fits you
like a,
perfectly,
like a
Chris.
real flag.
They call it a 2X because you could fit Jabroni and Steven in here, side by side.
Oh, it might be a partial shipment.
Okay. Well,
Guess
it's got,
what these are for?
what, I have no idea. They're shirts. They're nice shirts. We're making tents.
I'm going to say this as politely as I can. The shirt size fits the demographic of our membership that buys things.
Madman Mark could fit in this
No,
shirt.
actually, I found shirts that fit him.
Okay.
He wears the 7X.
They make a 7X?
I can get them up to 10.
I can get them from Honda.
I can get them from Gildan in the 10X.
Madman Mark wears a 7X.
7X.
They build them big in Australia, don't they? I just picture Mark like at 9 feet
little
tall,
baby.
wandering the outback going, "Come here, little boy. I'm gonna make a man out of you."
So,
But he's talking to a Komodo dragon.
No, he has a pet Komodo dragon in a holster.
You can't have them as pets. It's illegal.
You can if you're Mark.
I researched
You
that.
just have to.
of course you do.
I got nothing. Just okay.
So the shirts are the first thing that we're going to sell made with the embroidery machine.
I thought we were doing patches.
We are, but when
They
people
wanted
heard the word
shirts.
polo shirt, they
Yeah.
started saying, "Let me throw you money right now."
Okay, well in that case. Speaking of throwing money at things,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
This is the ceiling of spite.
there. What? This is the ceiling of spite, or walls of spite.
Well,
All right. I'm really good at getting gear donated, as you can tell by the fact that this room is full of it. Once in a great while, we hit a problem where we have a whole building full of really unusual things that only a handful of companies make. And we hit a problem of, we need this thing, we need it really bad, they're dicks and won't donate it, so there's no possible solution except throw money at the problem. And when you're building a recording studio, if you ever want to try and have an analog for building a recording studio, just draw a box on your blueprint and attempt to fill that room with dollar bills. That's how you build a recording studio. This is the first step in that. After spending years working with tons of different companies who take a look at the Geek Group's mission, immediately love what we do, are resoundingly supportful, and we make really good videos for them. Oralex doesn't. However, their product does what we need it to do and is the only thing out there that does it well. There's other companies that make acoustical treatment products, but wow, do they suck. The problem is Oralex makes the best, they know it, and they price accordingly. So this is where our members stood up, where Oralex failed us, and have done a massive donation drive out of spite. This one box that I'm leaning on cost, what, 600 bucks? And it's 600 bucks just for this. There's only 10 sheets in here. This is not big. Like, it's simple. It's only 2 inches thick. Let's take a look.
We have 2 more boxes coming in the next 3 to 5 days.
Yeah, we've ordered the first 3 of 6 for that room. It takes a lot of this because, as you can hear in this room, we have a bit of an echo.
It's a big room.
Yep. It takes 60 sheets of this per room, and we have 3 rooms to do. And here is 1 sheet. That's it.
foam, rubber.
It's just foam. Now, you can do
Especially
things.
fancy foam?
It's fancy foam because this foam is fire rated and all that stuff. Like if you just go out, like you could buy this in town. You could go to Grand Rapids Foam Supply or whatever. There's a place up on Alpine. And you could buy this for like, I don't know, 10 bucks. You could buy that.
And the fire marshal would have a nice conversation.
And the fire marshal would have a very long, loving talk with you and say, tear it down and start over. And oh, by the way, since I noticed this and you were dumb enough to do this, let's take a look at all the other stupid shit you've done. Let's talk about that Rubens tube thing, boy. and the whole day just goes promptly to hell.
Also,
So-
since the amazing tenants prior to us had a recording studio, that
Yeah,
was-
and they used milk crates and crap, and
Yeah,
this is, sometimes you just have to throw money at the problem and do it right. This is how we do it right, and it's quite beautiful.
So we have to let Donald Mackey know which square inch is his.
Donald Mackey, this square inch right here is yours. Okay, and we'll autograph that. In fact, I'll put your name on it. Well, I would if I had my, where's my Sharpie?
You gonna put the whole name on there or just the initials? I don't know if you get the whole name.
In 1 square inch, we can do it. We just have to use 12-point font.
'Cause he-
So that's how it begins, and we're going to be hanging this all over the room. We got to get some tube tack or something to do that. So we got shirts.
Spray adhesive.
Yeah, tube tack.
That's what they say.
Yeah, they sell it cheap.
Home Depot sells it.
No, you want to get the Orlex stuff.
One
They
Super
say foam
77,
tack.
3M Super 77.
If you get the wrong stuff, it doesn't stick to it. It eats into it.
Yes.
Guess
Yeah,
how I
you don't
learned
want to
this?
use N77.
We're gonna buy the stuff from Orlex because I'm not gonna. It's $600 a box. I'm not fucking around with it. I'm gonna get the Orlex stuff, and I know it works and it's good.
I use it.
Of 10,000 things that could go wrong, that's one that won't.
Yeah.
So, all right. So today we're doing floor,
Ooh.
and we have people here. We have not like Todd. We have people that actually showed up here to help. He just wants to throw bricks around and break shit.
Well, you handed me a brick. Now I get to throw it.
Okay, that's a sexy.
That's the only brick you throw
Alright.
things to fix them.
You got the mics fixed?
They work with me. I don't know if they work with you. They might be haunting.
What do you mean? Fucking Ebola?
I have your fucking hammer sucks.
Really?
Yeah.
It's gonna suck for you today, then. Rubber cement, man, does wonders.
I believe you.
You say that, but you didn't try it, did you?
Amy told me not to cover things into things.
Super glue.
Yeah.
Amy did?
Yeah, she said that.
Fuck her and her
she said that
medical degree. What does she know?
Using fluid to bandage things is bad because of bacteria.
Yes, it is.
Right.
But rubber cement doesn't stay in fluid. Ah.
Please put the mic on and turn it on.
Are there fresh batteries in it?
Yes.
Okay.
I might have to replace them again. But
That never happens. Alright, so it's time to put on my butt pack. I'm gonna make a video about floors. Are you excited about floor video, Moose? Are you just happy to be here today?
Do I need to pretend to be excited?
Yes, you have to pretend to be excited.
'Cause I had a method within me for doing the floor.
Yeah? And?
As soon as I finish the floor, I cannot do the floor.
What? What?
As soon as I'm done laying the floor, I no longer have to deal with the floor, so I would just like
That's
to
the
do it.
method?
Like the dentist.
It's just
It's my
your
root canal.
your entire method is a gap.
That's what I do.
Am I doing this right? My count was off, so I was like, that doesn't feel
I mean,
right.
it was really cool for like the first 45 minutes.
Oh, it's going to be really cool for the first 45 minutes, and the next 45 minutes, and the next 45 minutes, and we're just gonna do it. There's no way we get it done today, but we're going to get a lot done today. And Todd's excited. Look at Todd.
Always excited.
Do you like the thing with the bears?
That was the Maybe want to shave.
You do. You got to do up some scars, which you can also do with rubber cement.
Yeah.
no. Hi.
Hey, it's working.
Why did they stop putting the cranks?
I was gonna say
The
Joe.
cranks were so nice. Speaking of cranks,
Sorry?
You require help until Mitch gets here.
If you would like. Close up camera.
If you would like, it's not a yes or no.
Yes, I need help.
audio check, 1, 2, 3. Levels check. Hi there guys, I'm Chris Boden and welcome to the Geek Group. Levels check is at about this volume. I'm just going to talk like this for about 30 seconds while the audio goes fuck. So, yes. Hi there guys, I'm Chris Boden and welcome to the Geek Group. Today we're doing a levels check here in Studio A.
Look at me.
It's good?
We have reverb, but no shit.
Oh shit, reverb. This is where reverb is made.
Addressing main chase close up, so not even gonna bother rolling on that one. Rolling on red. Rolling on audio. And rolling on Sony.
Since 1994, the Geek Group has been manufacturing the highest quality reverb in the United States. Our American-made reverb is good up to 5 seconds for a plate-type reverb, utilizing our solid, hard, smooth walls. You good?
I think I'm good.
It's a really weird frame.
Yes.
Okay. Hi there guys, I'm Chris Boden and welcome to the Geek Group. Today we're going to take you through the process as we start to build our recording studios of installing the Armstrong commercial laminate flooring. What fucking series is this? Premium Luster Collection. And this isn't Candied Cherry. I just learned Candied Cherry. What color is this? I just learned Candied Cherry for like a week. It was Candied Cherry. Candied Cherry. This is going to be like Jatoba or some bullshit like that.
I don't think
It's
that's
dark. It's pretty. It's nice. It's blackwood.
Oh.
It's
Hey,
different.
Chris,
It's not the Candied Cherry.
While we're waiting, can you step 2 steps that way for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Beep. Before everything goes away.
Yeah.
Forest brown maple.
Forest brown maple.
Yep.
Forests are green. That's just silly.
I'm going to put my little thing there. That's my cue card.
It's a really good name for that, actually.
Hi there, guys. I'm Chris Boden. What? Fuck you. You know what? Fuck you.
It's the live show.
Fuck you. I have like my whole thing.
You're
I think it's pretty funny that this room can't escape being filled with people.
Hi there, guys. I'm Chris Boden and welcome to the Geek Group. We're here today in Studio A, where we're going to be installing our Armstrong commercial laminate flooring. We want to thank Armstrong for providing the flooring for this room and the nifty underlayment to install it. Now we're going to take you through the entire process. This is not an all-inclusive instructional video because if you're doing this in your house, you're probably going to have to contend with weird angles and kitchen cabinets and stuff like that, which make things a lot more complicated. We have really the easiest room in America to install this in because it's a perfect rectangle. The walls are reasonably square, it's absolutely flat and smooth, and we don't have to fight all kinds of things. We are going to make it kind of interesting, but you'll get to see that in a moment. So what we're doing today is we're installing the Armstrong Premium Luster collection of their commercial laminate flooring. This particular one is the dark forest maple, and it's really cool stuff. This is not the cheap, nasty floor that you can get at like the big box store. This isn't like the store brand. This is the serious business floor. Okay, this is
Forest brown maple.
That's what I said.
No.
You said dark forest maple.
It's the forest brown maple. It's the forest brown maple because you care. You're not going to buy it in this color.
Well, there was a dark.
That's $8.50 a square foot. You can't even fucking afford this.
There was a dark.
It's like a $10,000 flooring. Forest brown maple. Not brown forest maple.
Forest
Forest brown maple. Okay. Hello guys, I'm Chris Boden and welcome to the Geek Group. Today, we're going to be installing the beautiful new Florist? Fuck you. Fuck you. I got brains in my cell. Hi there guys, I'm Chris Boden and welcome to the Geek Group. Today we are here in the fabulous Studio A, where we are building what will soon become our live studio. It all begins with installing a solid foundation, and to do that, we chose Armstrong flooring, where we'll be installing their premium luster collection. This particular one is the Forest Brown Maple, and this is serious business floor. This is not the stuff you're going to get at like, you go to your big box store and buy that $2 a square foot stuff. Don't do that. You're going to regret it. If you do that, you're going to be installing a new one in a couple of years. This is flooring. When you call Armstrong and say, we got a really big room and we need to roll sets around on it and have 100 people in it every week and chairs scratching and stuff like that, this is the flooring you get. You'll notice it's crazy thick. It's got their nifty tongue and groove setup where everything locks together, you snap everything into place, and it's just made of awesome. So today we're going to take you through the step-by-step process of how to install it. Now you're going to want to consult with Armstrong's official instructions, which you can find here at this link, and the link's also in the description of this video, because our room is perfect for this. You couldn't get any easier. We have a nice simple rectangle. It's 20 feet by 40 feet. Everything just fits easy. It saves us a ton of work in doing this. In your house, you're probably going to have to contend with walls and doors and angles and cabinets and countertops and stuff like that. It gets way more complicated than we're going to be able to get into here. This is a really simple room. All we have to do is cover one big box. But we get to cover all the basics to it of your basic layout, how the panels go together, and just 90% of what you're going to have to contend with. This looks really intimidating. It looks really hard the first time, but I assure you by the time you get to the 5th row, you're going to have your groove together. It's really easy, and it's actually really boring once you get into it. Thankfully for you guys, you have the joy of time-lapse. We have to actually do the work. And because we're the geek group, this isn't your normal instructional video. Because, well, we're weird and kind of twisted, and I have a bit of a penchant for mischief. So, before we install this beautiful new floor, you have to install Underlayment, which is the protective pad that goes under the floor and keeps everything level and even now. But you have to take into account something. Nobody's ever going to see under this. It's entirely realistic, because when they built this building originally, this was a racquetball court. And it stayed a racquetball court since 1978 until, well, today. Before, this building originally had a concrete floor, and on top of that they put a hardwood maple floor in here, like a big butcher block type setup. It was beautiful. And that was ripped out by the previous owners. So it stands to reason that 30 years from now, somebody might take this floor out. Why not mess with them just because we can? And this is cheap entertainment. So what we've done is, I have here a couple paintbrushes, some gloves, and some paint that, while right now it looks like a bright, vivid magenta, when this dries, it looks just like dried blood. So, if you have the opportunity going in to know that someday, because it's as good as the Armstrong floor is, the person who owns the building after we're dead and gone probably won't have nearly as good of taste in flooring, and they'll want to install some, you know, I don't know, lime green tile perhaps with bright purple polka dots. What we've decided to do is just have some fun with them. So we need a good spot. Yes, I have it. This is my entire plan. Always good to take this. It's my message to future generations. Needs more blood spec. there's your useful glyph trim. Alright, so that's going to take a while to dry. And while it does, we're going to get started on our underlayment. So it all begins with laying down this, which is really simple to do. The one thing you're absolutely going to need, though, is a buddy. So, buddy, come here. This is why we had it. Alright, I need a couple people here. Let's just slide these out of the way. Most of those out of the way. The lid is not quite on the paint can, just so everybody knows. The lid is not tight.
If you're plugged in, why do you need to spot there?
I can't decide whether it's plugged in or not, and it's giving me an empty battery.
You can just slide it. You don't have to check all.
It's the plug in.
Jump over here a little.
You ain't gonna get it.
I only missed one over.
You're not gonna see.
No.
We have an attack.
Does that seem to be okay?
Yeah, that's right. It's gonna settle a little.
Well, when I stepped here, it dropped.
Oh, okay.
Is that
Do you
okay?
need to move and go down?
I don't know where, I don't think we're officially in video again yet.
I know, that's why I'm asking.
Fire!
Is Luce in this?
No, she is. Here. What is your full name?
Amy Travis.
Mark? Alright, so I'm here with Tammy. She's going to give us a hand. Now, before you put this down, you want to make sure that your floor is absolutely clean. No sawdust, no debris. Don't leave extra staples or screws or nails or anything like that. It has to be flat within 3/16 of an inch over like the length of your level. They say 3/16 within 10 feet, but we don't have a 10-foot level. The best we can do is 4 foot. Thankfully, because this room was built as a racquetball court, everything is nice and flat and easy. So this is pretty easy for us to do. If you have to do this in a 100-year-old house, good luck. You get to take the here. You take the roll out. Alright, now it's important that this goes down with the logo side up. There's the Armstrong logo side, and then there's the white side. And the frilly side goes towards the wall. So you're going to head around that way. And just back right up and unroll the whole thing. Okay, stop right there. We're going to set down on the floor. The little frilly goes up. We're going to tuck it right back to the wall. Okay? Now, we slide this all the way down and we'll roll up this end just a little bit. Because we want to have just a little bit sticking out. Like that. And we'll put a crease in there. Because when we put the floor down, this will stick up around the edge, and then we'll come back and trim that up. But this way, we know we're all the way there. Now, we can push any bits out of it as we go. Now, at the end here, the end's going to be a little curly in that, and you can use this, you can lay it down like that and do it. We don't, we just cut it off. So hold that for this moment. And I will grab a convenient straight edge.
Here. This one's not straight.
Ah, okay. line that up. There. And this cuts very easily with a razor knife. I cut the little end here where the peel off it is. We'll learn about that in a second. There. So now it's nice and flat, easy to work with. Now on one side of this, you've got the black frilly bit, which is just a little thin piece of plastic. On the other side, you're going to have the sticker strip, and just leave that attached on here right now. We'll come to that in a little bit. When you do the next row, you'll lay the black frilly piece over this and tear this out and push it down and it'll stick right on. Alright, now we've done one. Let's do it again. You just continue the whole row all the way down. This was the last little bit of the previous spool. This isn't the first room that we've done this with. So we're just going to continue on with the fresh roll. While I get this ready, somebody should be moving the shit out of that corner over there.
You can walk in. Go ahead. We're not using this one. We'll let you know when not to step in front.
Do you want to take down this piece before setting the second?
Huh?
Do you want to take down piece number 1 first?
Do I have to?
Well, it's going to make it so you'll line up the length of the second piece.
Yeah, we can do that.
That needs to move down a little bit more.
I just want to hold on.
Just a little bit. Just grab the 3 ends and pull up a little bit. It'll be okay. It needs to be just clear of this. Once it's past this, we're okay. Yeah, that's
Mitch.
something.
Don't step on the paint.
Hey, it's your life. Shady.
You're close up. Thank you.
You got something on it?
What?
There's a camera up there.
Alright, we're cool? Okay. I'm looking here. You're close up. Where's the paper? Really? Dick? Alright. Had a good tape.
Yeah, so people that own it, look at that.
Alright.
Do you want me to stand over here for a talk?
No, that's fine. It's a good idea. Give me that piece. Alright, before putting the next piece down, it's a good idea to lay a board on this, leave a couple inches, and just get it nice and flat, go all the way up to the wall. And then take a piece of just simple packing tape and take it down to the floor. Just to keep everything from moving, and it's okay to overlap the tape. It is important that the tape doesn't add any thickness that'll matter of anything. But when you put the underlayment down, don't overlap the underlayment onto itself. You want to have it as close as you can. If you have a little hair thin gap, that's not going to hurt anything. Certainly nothing more than maybe a 1/4 inch at most. But don't have this sitting on top of the next piece. Don't overlap it because you're afraid of bumping your floor and that won't squish up. So you want to get as close as you can without touching. Ready to do the next one? Right up there. Okay, give me a close-up down here. Pull your way a little bit. Hold this side. Okay, stop right there. this isn't laying perfectly square, so we're going to trim it a little bit. Stop. Hold. Okay, we'll go right there. And I'm just going to cut this to square up the edge a bit. It doesn't have to be exact, but I don't want to leave a big gap like that there. That doesn't sit too well. Now it sits, we'll push down as we go out, and we'll work all the wrinkles out. And that little bit, because it's not, this is just sitting here, it's not taped in, so if we work these down, you'll take that last little bit right out. And all that wrinkle is just maybe a quarter inch. Alright, so here's the part that's going to get tricky. When you're out in the middle, when you're on like row 20, this is easy, and you just snap in. I assure you, you're not dumb, you're not doing this wrong. The first couple rows are going to be really weird, and it's not going to feel well. But just keep going, and as long as you follow the instructions, it's going to be okay. The first couple rows are going to feel really weird though, especially the first row, because this anchors to itself. So with the first row, it's just floating, and it's really tricky. So let's just cover the basics in that. We'll get to the first row. Stick with me. This gets easier.
Do we want to pre-cut the piece since we know how to do it? Or do we want to talk about it?
Let's talk about it. All right.
What are we talking about?
Talking about cut. You want to go down the road.
Oh, right.
Across the street.
No, I'm aware of that. I know.
Okay. This is cool because once we get done with this, we can actually start laying forward. It's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. You don't know what the...
You keep standing up.
I do that a lot.
We need midget now.
She's pretty short. Do it.
She's nowhere near Marvel.
No, but she's short. It counts for something. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to know is when you get your boxes, they all look alike. They all look like this. You open it up, you let it acclimate to the room. Depending on who you ask, you need to let this acclimate to the room for a couple days, or you don't. We chose to do it because we couldn't figure out who was smarter than the other person, and you read different instructions for the stuff to get different things. We're going to tell you, let it acclimate to the room for a couple days. You probably don't need to, but it doesn't hurt to do it. So you got time. When you pull this out of the box, they all look pretty much the same, but they're not. There's slight variations due to manufacturing processes and different points in the pattern and stuff like that. So when you do this, you want to pull from multiple boxes at the same time. Now we've got 5 boxes in here. We've got about 50 boxes that are going to take to do this whole room. So you want to pull from at least 3 boxes at a time. And that doesn't mean use all of box 1, then use all of box... No. You want to take and pull a piece from this box, then pull a piece from this box, then pull a piece from this box. And you rotate through the 3 boxes. By doing this, it will keep you from getting pattern mismatches and things like that. You want the floor to be sufficiently random. And if one box has a tiny little different bit in color than the other one because that bottle of ink had a bubble in it or something like that, you don't want this to show up on your floor. And if you were to do that, you might end up with a whole streak in your floor that's all the same color. You don't want that. You want the floor to be nice and even and properly mixed. So for us, because we have so many boxes to pull from, we're actually going to pull from 5 boxes at the same time. So we're going to start, we're going to get some helpers in here, and we're going to lay out the first line. Now this is really simple. All you need to remember is they all go in the right direction. That one's actually in the wrong direction. If you look at the board, here, we'll take a look and show this. As you look down from the top of the board, one side has a little tiny bit of, let's call it underboard, sticking out, and that's the color of the middle of the board. One side has a little tiny bit of that, and it hooks out over. One side has a whole lot sticking out, and it hooks out under. This side is the tongue side, and this side is the groove side. And when you lay the boards next to each other, like this part actually locks down inside the other part. So this is the tongue side, this is the groove side. The groove side is the one with the long part sticking out. When you start out, you want to go left to right, tongue to groove. So all the tongues go against the wall for the first row. Now these boards also hook together end to end like this, but it's a different type of locking mechanism because with this, even though these two are locked together right now, and I can pick up the lower board with the upper one, they come apart again. Once these lock together, tongue to groove, once these are locked in this way, that's forever. They're in there for serious. Once you snap this in place, it locks in position. Whereas if you go just at the end, you can take them out. Now this is going to make you a little crazy when you put the first row in, because this board gets its strength from hooking to itself. That first row just floats. Now it's going to get a lot stronger in a second as we put in the second row and everything falls into place, but it's going to feel really weird for the first row. So you want to start tongue side of the wall, and start at the left corner and work your way down, just like we did with our underlayment. The next thing to keep in mind is that this is going to expand and contract with changes in temperature and humidity. It's supposed to do that. It's made from wood, and wood's a natural fiber. But it's important to realize that this whole floor is one big solid sheet that is changing in size independently of the building around it. Now everything's going to expand and contract. The concrete does, the wood underlayment, everything does. But this is going to do it at a different rate than the concrete, the wood underlayment, and all that. So this actually floats. It's picture it's a frictionless plane floating in space. So you need to allow space around it so that it can expand. And if you don't, what will happen is the floor will expand and the concrete wall won't, and you'll get a big buckle in the middle of your floor, and you're going to be really unhappy about that. Now for the average size residential room, you're going to want to leave right around a 1/4 inch of a gap all the way around the floor. And you can get the little black spacers that they sell, the little black plastic ones. They come in little packets like this, the little wedge spacers. These are really simple to use and they work great. The problem is, the amount that the floor expands and contracts is a percentage of the size of the room. Our room is so big because it's 40 feet long and it's exactly 20 feet wide, that because of the amount of expansion and contraction that we could experience here, we're actually going to leave a 1/2 inch gap. Now depending on the size of your room, you're going to want to leave between a 1/4 and a 1/2 inch gap. We're just maxing it out because it's not a problem for us, and a 1/2 inch on 40 feet really is trivial. Because of this though, the normal spacers that you buy aren't big enough for us. They go all the way up to a 1/2 inch and you have to double stack them and all that. And we're like, oh, that's dumb. We're the geek group, we know how to make things. So we summoned all of our high-tech computer-aided design skills and managed to build these. The perfect 1/2 inch spacer. And that's all this is. It's just a piece of scrap wood that we cut down to a 1/2 inch. And we just stack these in behind the wall. So it's really simple. So follow on over here and I'll show you how it's done. And this is where we put a camera up my ass. Come on,
Chris, don't you want to start the first piece?
No, I'm going to lay the first row, and then we're going to relay the first row.
Okay. Is that one, like the very ancient rule of thumb?
Yep.
Probably covering out that animation, by the way, but we can remember the documentation.
Okay. Don't roll on to things. Roll on to
Oh,
things.
shit.
Let's straight.
What? Oh, you want me on the right? Okay. His right. We need boxes open.
Yeah, we need 5 boxes open, and you two are going to pull box to box to box. Just make sure to bring all the boxes down evenly. I'm going to need a handful of these. Somebody leave Batman. They're good. Leave one of these every meter going down. That's a meter. Okay, just one per board as we go down. I'll take another one right here. Hi, Andy Bear. Are you ready? Mitch, what the fuck are you doing?
Should we go on the boxes, which I think we have enough of that?
Okay.
My hand wasn't clear anyway.
Alright, so we're going to lay out our first row just to get our spacing. Depending on how you do it, you may end up laying your first row out a couple of times, but take the time and do it right. We know we're going to have to cut this, but I'm going to show you how to do it the first time just so that you know how to do it. We've got two of our spacers for the first board. You want to have one spacer holding it off the end of the wall. And just wedge your spacer right down in there, make sure it's just how you want it. And then the next spacer, tilt it back here. And remember, we've got the tongue side, that's the short one, towards the wall. So I'm going to grab another spacer over here. So there's your first board. You'll have three spacers for your first board. These make sure that it's parallel to the wall and square. And this will make sure that it's tucked properly at that. So we know we have our half-inch cap. We're going to roll out our padding as we go. Batman? Yeah. Because you fucked up my thing, we gotta go over here a second. Take this, start at the seam, and smush it this way. We can't smush that way on this one, we have to come from this one. So.
I don't roll on it. Can you pick up the camera and set a camera?
Yeah, not right now. You can't do it when I don't have anything done. Lay it out flat.
Well, specifically for this part, Mitch is having a hard time seeing what you're doing.
Can you just like only use your left hand to point at things?
I can try.
Can you try? Alright, that'd be great. Because otherwise your right hand is in the way. Yeah. Or right arm.
Plus, if you do that, you'll be more naturally your part.
That's true. There we go.
You're going to get so good at this by the time we're done.
Yeah, I assure you guys, by the time we're done with this, we're going to be fucking masters at this stuff.
Ninjas.
Alright, so we're going to lay in our first row. We start by putting one of our spacers here, and then one along the back of the board. You want your black frilly bit to go up the wall. The underlayment doesn't have to be perfectly square or anything, so don't worry about that. You simply take your next board, get it in position, and it just sets on top of the previous board, right over the little gap right here. You can see that. Okay, that's all you do is you just set that right on top. It lines up a little groove. There's a little tongue, a little groove, and it just hooks over it like that, nice and easy. And then you put a piece spacer behind it, push it up against it, and just keep everything square. Now, it's going to make you crazy because everything's going to move all the time. It's going to it's going to be nuts. It's going to make you crazy. You just lay it in there because this first row is just for getting your alignment and getting everything situated. So you're going to have spacers that pop out from time to time and all that. It's going to be okay. It'll all be square when you get into like the second and third row. Just take the time. It's okay. All right, now everybody lay out one row.
We got that very nice way. You're sitting down and you're standing up.
I do this just to fuck with you. All right, get it ready. Amy. Where's my music? We're gonna start laying these out. We're gonna pull from all five. Don't walk in one paint. Just lay board after board after board. I'll put them together as we go. Well, that was the door.
Right.
I wanted a heating vent. I wanted more of a whole hand thing.
But you also need it more to be brownish pink because blood dries brown.
You need more what?
Brownish pink. 'Cause blood
No,
dries
wait till it
brown.
dries. Wait till it totally dries. It's gonna be it. It's gonna be right. You don't have to put it together. Just lay them all in a row.
Facing up.
We're very nearly done with the part that we have to do seriously. Where the fuck am I using?
It's on the other side of the bucket from where you were standing.
Oh!
So there's 3 times.
Just wait till the day when we have a designated e-cig assistant just for you.
A what now?
Designated e-cig assistant.
What would that entail?
Just an assistant whenever he goes e-cig, she just holds it right up to his mouth.
You described it as
The other one will wipe his. The other one will pat his ass dry.
I will kill myself if we ever get to that level, just so you know. And I'm taking you with me. Alright, so you know something right here?
Yeah,
You can sit in the office.
Oh.
All
right.
They have a little tail bit. It's just a leftover from the manufacturing process. Do not throw these out onto the wood because you'll leave little bits of stuff that you got to pick up with. Just put it in your pocket for now, or whatever. You probably don't even have to break them off, but I do because I'm OCD. So, yeah. So we just snap these in and continue right down our path. This motion is how you're going to be spending a lot of your day. Get used to it. You're building a floor, you're going to spend the whole day getting these. What you're doing at this point, really, is just figuring out the alignment of how these divides evenly through. Every now and then, you might have this happen, just flatten it out. It works just as good as a little tear. Now as we go all the way down, you see that our board matches almost perfectly. These are all matched together. We're all the way down, but we've got our little half-inch gap. I can fit a finger in there. So these align absolutely perfectly for the first row, which is really cool. It makes it a lot easier to do this row. Now, it's important to leave a gap because you can't just put the next.
Can we start from where you were standing over there? Thanks so much.
Alright, now we're all the way at the end here. You can see that they match perfectly. They're all touching end to end, and I have exactly a half-inch down here at the end. This could not work better if we tried. To do the next row, you want to make sure to start by cutting the board right in half, and then laying it in. Use that half board at the beginning and the end, because if you just do the next row, they all just line up like this, because you can do that. You can just flip them together, and they'll fit, it'll work, but your whole floor is going to break apart because it doesn't have any strength. They need to overlap. And the best overlap is you need at least 8 inches at the end of solid board. You can't have your end seam less than 8 inches at the end. So if it is less than 8 inches, you just cut it up, and it'll hook together and be fine. And the end of this row becomes the beginning of the next, and all that, you just stagger. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a board and cut it exactly in half, and then continue on. So that'll be the beginning of the next row. So we're going to take this board, and we're going to go cut it right in half. I'll be back in just a minute. Batman!
Holy shit, we had a clean exit for once.
Batman! Cut one perfectly in half, like fucking exactly in half.
We tried that last time, work out. You want like 24 inches of your blade.
Lines up right away.
It leads you away from the 8 inches of the right and a half is kind of.
I don't know where that's at.
Do it.
Roll forward.
Oh, he does know where it's at. Okay.
How many clips are you on?
I'm sorry, I did lose like a few minutes there when you were laying down that second half because I was... Huh? Yes. Yeah, we've been recording. I think there's about 40 minutes of stuff on here.
Why do we have to do that first row?
Why do we have to what?
You said we're gonna lay it and then we're gonna come in.
We don't have to, it's going to just fit.
Oh, you didn't expect it to fit, okay.
I had no idea that it was going to fit perfectly. I was like, fuck! Okay. Well, that was easy.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're not used to that.
Yeah, it never works. This room's a hair shorter than the other, that's why.
But the other one has
The other one has 10 inches more. This one is just thick.
Got it. Oh, yeah.
It's almost back.
Yeah, but it's a bunch of B-roll cutting, but it's lighter wood, we can't have that.
Yeah.
That would be straight.
When you're ready.
Where are you gonna be?
I'm gonna go ahead.
All right, walk off screen. Okay. You can come back in a second.
Alright, so we've got our first piece cut in half.
Please,
Be
be
away from people when I start talking.
past all the debris when you start talking.
Alright, so we've cut our piece in half. Now, two sides are smooth, and two sides have the tugging groove. So, we want to start with the cut off smooth side to the wall, with the groove sticking out. And then this piece will be the end of the row. So we take this one and we put it right here. We take this and we put it down here.
Hold on.
Just love it doing the dolly shots, aren't you? You got
Well, no, I wanted to. Can you come back?
I put the thing at the end of the room. They're going to figure that out. It's not rocket science.
It was gonna.
Wait until we have it on the new floor.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna be spoiled.
Alright, now because the first row is the hardest, they're going to use
Actually, come in.
all of you.
Come in from the side, please.
Very proud to see Easter, I think.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mark. Alright, so the second layer is where things start happening. When you get the second row in, this is where you're actually laying the floor. And the whole process goes a lot faster from here. Everything's in preparation. I've got a couple extra of the spacers because things are going to move a lot. You want to make sure the spacers are working right. So you can't have too many. They're all the same size. So I'm going to line this up here. Now here's how they lock together. This is the only tricky bit of it. You want to bring it up, push it down to the thing, and this is where your spacers move because you're pushing up against the spacers. You line up your ends down here. You want to line it up to the spacer. Don't line up the ends perfectly to each other. Line them up to the spacers because that's what everything has to fit to. And then push down. And if you do it right, you should have a nice clean line. Don't worry if you see a little bit sticking out, but as a rule, if they're lined up perfectly, it'll go like that. And now, you can see we're halfway down the board. So this is the easy one. Now you have to make the next two line up. That's why I said the second row, the first and second row are going to make you crazy. This is the hard one. This is the hardest part of the whole room. After you get done with this, it's going to get a million times easier. So just grind it out through. Alright, lay out the second row. That's everybody. Come on in, guys! Everybody come on in! We're going to lay out the second row, just lay them right side by side, all the way down. Make sure they're all going in the same direction. This is nice and easy. Amy, you can't do that. One from a box. Because you can't do a whole box, so you have to go all five boxes at the same time. You have to overlap. Otherwise, you'll violate the pattern. Do not violate my pattern.
Do not violate the pattern.
Just pull one from each box. It doesn't matter. It's just got to be random.
In fact, it specifically can be OCD.
Yeah. There has to be an element of chaos.
Okay,
It's too late now. She's got them all.
can't get involved in this.
Come in at an angle and have it lined up down here at the end. Smush everything together. Okay, that could be the sound effect for smushing things together. And you don't really press down on it. You want to make sure everything's up against the wall and everything's square. Now, very gently, as you tap this, you see that there's no seams open here and everything's lined up right. As you tap this gently, this will lay down. Don't force it down, it's going to lay down on its own.
Do you want to talk about how the seams will get tighter as you go?
Yeah. Now, a lot of these are going to feel a little weird. They won't feel like it fit quite right or anything like that. But the seams are going to get a lot tighter as you go, because when you're out in row 10, every time you smack that, all that energy is going to be transmitted all the way back to the roll, and it'll lock it right in. As long as everything's lined up properly, these seams will lock down. Just continue this out all the way down to the first row. Moose, come on in, get out of here. Start doing the laying out of the town.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Moose, you're out of the deck. Well, no, like they weren't going to left on the end. Go on camera and fix it.
You were fussing around with this guy. That's really bad.
Alright, so we've got our first two rows together.
So you want to mention how
Yeah.
the last part of this purpose? So,
Alright. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fire down. Just this guy is fired. Yeah. Mark. Alright, so just light little taps. And you'll learn really quick that it's a lot easier if you have these, like more than you think you need, and put one at the seams in between. It keeps the two boards in line as you go. So it should look like this at this point. You remember that board that we cut in half a while back? Fits perfect. And we've still got our nice gap at the end. So now, you do exactly that all over again, and the third row will magically be a million times easier than the first. This is the part where I strongly recommend having a whole bunch of friends. And as long as you do it in the right order, and you get a bunch of people to help, you have some people carry them over, making sure you're pulling out of at least 3 boxes. We're doing 5. But you have a couple people laying them out ahead of you, one person snapping them in, and one person tapping them home. This goes fast and easy. We're going to rock out. You guys enjoy the time lapse. I'm going to go get a couple friends. All right, guys.
Alright, Batman's cut the version so we have this scattered.
Yep.
Instructional stuff, or should we start to roll?
Start laying them out.
Yes.
Huh?
All right, are we still going to be doing instructional stuff, or should we just stop, sync, and do B-roll?
Stop, sync, do your roll.
Awesome.
This piece is gonna end.
Yeah, this is where we fly from. They don't have to be lined up perfectly. You just want to get them roughly as we go. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I got this flat part.
Get like dynamic B-roll. Like,
Actually, I'm going to do a little instructional piece in this row showing how to set and hammer. Because I only touched on that briefly in the last one. Make sure you use spacers.
oh, the two stages.
Yeah, boom, 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 boom.
No, I mean like one person sets another person.
Yeah.
You would just set me up.
I just gave it.
Yeah.
Where there's paint now on this one, you're stuck.
I'm okay with that. Oh,
As long as it doesn't go.
Alright, when you guys are ready. Somebody tells me the tools.
actually, you might have to enter.
Alright, I got it. Thank you. Mark! Look at me. Look at me. Alright, look at me. Work YouTube. You need to sing.
I haven't started rolling them out yet.
Sync in 3. Oh, hang on. I can do this professional. Alright, so here's how you do the main. Where the fuck are you going? Alright, so before we get the whole army of people started out here, I want to take a minute and show you how to do the main road. This is what you're going to do in 90% of the time in installing a split. You start with your cutoff board, and we just cut one off from the other end, and this one's staggered from the other one. And we've got more than 8 inches. You just lay it in with a spacer down here, and leave a spacer under it, because you want to leave them a little bit elevated, because they're not locked in. So we just put a half-inch spacer under it, and it'll just sit happy with that. For your next board, just lay it in, line everything up, and let it float where it wants to be. And you're going to do this all the way down. You're going to have a person, like if you've got helpers, have one person doing this ahead of you all the way down. And every board or so, put a spacer under it just to keep it in place. So we're going to do that real quick. We'll be back and then we'll show you how to tap them in place. Alright, loose layman.
Okay.
Spacers as you go, one under each. I'll dig out spacers, start laying them in.
Say that again, I'm not going to do any more on that one.
There are no photos.
I know that.
Just accept it.
Hey Chris, do you mind if I hand off the camera monkey to use to somebody for a second?
Still holding it. Well, you
Okay. I just gotta run to the bathroom. And
You should pee. You could get video of that. Here, we could have Amy get video of you pee.
Did you really follow?
Alright, so it's 18:45 hours. And look at that floor. Now you guys want to see, like, this is cool because this is what's freaking everybody out. We're almost done. There's only a little bit left to go. We'll finish that tomorrow. It's 6:45, everybody's right. But I want to show you something. This right here, I'll just set this on here. This. See how glass smooth that floor is? Look at that. That is why we did this. The camera guys have been freaking out all day over like, oh my god, it's so smooth. There's no floor in the building like that. It's glass smooth. So that's really cool. It'll be done tomorrow. Then we start building sets. It's gonna be cool. There's all the empties. That's what's left to go for tomorrow. It takes a lot of boxes to get a little bit, because it's so long, it's 40 feet long. So you use like a lot of boxes, you just getting one row. And here's the other one. Trim still waiting. We might be able to trim tomorrow, because we only got a little bit of floor left to do.
Yeah, we could probably do that.
That could be neat.
You know what my favorite part of the floor is? It looks so nice under the neutral lights and the neutral wall.
Yes, just look at that room.
Like even on my phone, the pictures look amazing.
We're gonna make great videos. We're gonna make great videos. We're gonna inspire people, and it's gonna be so cool. And man, if you haven't seen it yet, there's a link in yesterday's blog for the annual report. You need to see that. You need to see that. Download the annual report. It's in the description for yesterday's blog. I'll put it in the description for this blog. Everybody should see it. But you really check out the annual report. It's our 2012 annual report. And if you think that's impressive, you ought to see the stuff that wasn't in the annual report. Like just the difference between last year and this year. Last year, we had 1.8 million YouTube hits for the main channel. This year, and it's only April, 1.6 million already. Things are just taking off. Things are growing, things are happening, and the annual report will inspire you. Because you can't look at that and not see, holy shit, look what they've done. Look at how far they've come. It's growing up, man. It's awesome, and I'm excited. And I'm really thankful that all you guys get to share this and be a part of this and come here and work on your car and, you know, all that jazz. So
we talk about the internet in the annual report a lot.
yeah, there's a lot of internet in there. And the IRC and all that's happening. So it's guys out there that donate stuff like this that comes here and gets turned into things, and it's cool. So yeah, that's today's Captain's Blog. Go read the annual report. That's your homework tonight. Go read the annual report right now. I know a lot of people, you know, you hear about a corporate annual report, it's like, oh God, that's dry. It's not. Our annual report is actually really cool. It's a fun read. Check it out. You'll like it. You guys have fun. I'm Chris Boden. We'll see you next time.
I learned how to run a machine shop.
Set up an enterprise level server.
Program 9-foot robots.
Make lightning.
Edit video.
I'm building a radio station.
Light bulb terrarium.
A high-performance electric car.
I'm a CNC geek.
Computer geek.
Robot geek.
Physics geek.
AV geek.
I'm a radio geek.
Craft geek.
Car buff.
No matter what kind of geek you are, we've got a place for you here at the Geek Group. Come join us. We build awesome.